The stars above, the beating of your heart, the laughter of strangers, even your deepest longing, is part of a single, infinite love story unfolding through time and space. For the 13th century Persian poet and mystic Jalal ad-Din Rumi, this was not metaphor but reality. The universe itself is the self-expression of the divine beloved, and we, as souls, are participants in its eternal dance. Rumi's poetry and teachings invite us to shift from the mind's analysis to the heart's direct knowing, to recognize that beneath the diversity of forms lies a single presence, an inexhaustible source of love seeking to experience itself through creation. This video will explore Rumi's vision of the cosmos as the dance of the beloved, where separation is illusion, longing is divine, and awareness of the heart is the gateway to ultimate reality. Rumi was born in 1207 in Balkh, in what is now Afghanistan, and later settled in Konya, in present-day Turkey. A respected scholar, jurist, and theologian, he lived a life devoted to Islamic law and teaching, until a fateful meeting changed his destiny forever. In 1244, Rumi encountered Shams of Tabriz, a wandering mystic whose presence awakened in him an overwhelming experience of divine love. Through their friendship and eventual separation, Rumi's heart was set aflame with longing, and his life transformed from the pursuit of formal knowledge to the living experience of union with the beloved. Over the next decades, Rumi poured his revelations into poetry, over 40,000 verses, and founded the Mevlevi order, known as the Whirling Dervishes, whose meditative dance symbolizes the soul's turning toward the divine center. Rumi's journey was one from the intellect to the heart, from the external forms of religion to the direct experience of God as an ever-present, living reality. At the core of Rumi's vision is the beloved, the name he gives to the divine source of existence. For Rumi, God is not a distant ruler to be feared, but the very heartbeat of creation, the lover and the beloved, the seeker and the sought. All forms in the universe, mountains, oceans, planets, and souls, are expressions of this single reality, radiating from the infinite like rays of light from the sun. To Rumi, creation is not a static, lifeless mechanism, but the unfolding of divine joy, a cosmic dance in which every being participates, knowingly or unknowingly. The longing we feel for love, beauty, and meaning is not separate from God. It is God seeking God through us. As he writes, "What you seek is seeking you." In this vision, the universe is not simply observed, it is felt, experienced as the living presence of the beloved, breathing through every atom. Rumi believed that the pain we experience in life, our longing, our loneliness, our sense of incompleteness, arises from forgetting our inherent connection to the beloved. He often used the metaphor of the reed flute, separated from the reed bed, singing its mournful song of longing. This ache within us, Rumi taught, is the divine calling us home, the soul remembering its source. But the separation is not ultimately real. It exists only within perception. In truth, the soul has never been apart from the beloved, just as waves are never separate from the ocean. The journey of awakening is not about becoming something new, but about remembering who we already are, living expressions of infinite love. Through surrender, meditation, and the turning of the heart, Rumi invites us to dissolve the illusion of duality and rediscover the unity that underlies all existence. For Rumi, the deepest truths cannot be reached by the mind alone. Rational thought, while powerful, is limited by concepts and categories, but the heart knows reality directly. Rumi called this tasting truth rather than thinking it, the difference between reading about honey and actually placing it on your tongue. The heart, he said, is the mirror of the divine, and when we polish it through love, compassion, and presence, it reflects the infinite light that has always been within us. Practices like Sema, the whirling meditation of the Mevlevi dervishes, embody this philosophy. The turning represents the soul's rotation around the divine center, aligning the self with the cosmos and surrendering to the rhythm of the beloved's dance. In this path, the heart becomes not just an organ of emotion, but an instrument of perception, attuning us to the reality that all of existence is alive, interconnected, and holy. Rumi's vision of the cosmos can be seen as profoundly dynamic. Creation is not a finished act, but an ongoing dance of love. The beloved manifests as the universe to experience the play of diversity, the birth of stars, the unfolding of life, the arising of consciousness. Yet within this multiplicity, unity is never lost. Rumi often described existence as a spiral, moving outward into form and returning inward toward the source, mirroring the motion of the planets and the dance of the dervishes. Modern physics, too, suggests that matter is never static but constantly in motion, vibrating, exchanging energy, a rhythm that resonates with Rumi's mystical insight. When we recognize life as this divine choreography, our role shifts from control to participation. We stop seeing ourselves as separate observers and begin to experience ourselves as dancers in the same eternal movement of the beloved, expressing and rediscovering itself. Rumi's poetry celebrates love not as an emotion but as the very force that animates reality. Through love, all pain will turn to medicine, he writes. Through love, the dead rise to life. For Rumi, love is the creative power through which the infinite gives birth to form. The heartbeat of galaxies, the pulse of rivers, the growth of trees, and the rise of consciousness. Unlike desire, which clings to objects, Rumi's divine love is expansive and unconditional, dissolving the boundaries of the ego and revealing our oneness with all beings. This perspective anticipates modern spiritual and scientific ideas, suggesting that cooperation, connection, and harmony are fundamental to life's evolution. Love, in Rumi's vision, is not personal but cosmic, a universal current flowing through creation, inviting every soul to surrender into its embrace and become a conscious expression of it. Rumi's teachings are not abstract philosophy. They are an invitation to live differently, to shift from separation to union, from fear to trust, from analysis to awareness. To live the dance of the beloved is to approach life as sacred, seeing each moment as an opportunity to encounter the divine within and without. It means listening for the subtle music beneath the noise of daily life, opening the heart to love in its purest form, and recognizing the spark of the beloved in every being we meet. Rumi invites us to become participants rather than spectators, to turn like the dervishes around the axis of the divine, aligning our lives with the rhythms of existence. In doing so, we awaken to a reality where joy and sorrow, form and emptiness, self and other are threads of the same eternal tapestry woven by the beloved's hands. Rumi's vision of the universe as the dance of the divine beloved transforms our understanding of existence. Reality, he teaches, is not a distant mechanism, but an intimate communion, the beloved expressing, knowing, and experiencing itself through creation. Our longing, our seeking, our moments of awe and ecstasy are not accidents. They are the soul's memory of its source calling it home. Through love, we awaken to the truth that there has never been separation, that every thought, every breath, every heartbeat is already part of the infinite. Rumi reminds us that the universe itself is poetry, and we are both the words and the reader, the dancer and the dance, the lover and the beloved. To live with this awareness is to return again and again to the center, to the still point of the heart where all reality converges into the eternal presence of love.